Welcome to the Empowered Podcast with Deanna Merlino, a personal development show where I will be sharing with you just how to transform yourself into the best version of you, both inside and out. From fitness and nutrition to business and positive mindset work, I'll be showing you exactly how to live your best life. I'll be keeping it as real and raw as it gets. So get ready to peel back the layers and really transform yourself under the surface, because nothing is better than finding your purpose and living this life as your true, authentic self. This episode is brought to you by DM Fit. Just like the importance of mental wellness, it's also so important to make sure that we're taking care of our physical wellness. With that being said, whether you are looking to get started on your fitness and exercise journey, or if you're an avid workout fanatic like I am, this app is for you. The DM Fit app offers the option to work out in gym or at home with or without equipment. Each exercise plan is always different every single day and every single week to make sure that your body and its improvements are always progressing. Each workout is accompanied by a video demonstration as well as a written description. So no matter your level of exercise knowledge, you will be able to work out like a pro. Privately track your transformation with the ability to log your photos, as well as the weight you lifted and how many reps you achieved. Every empowered listener gets to take advantage of an exclusive 10% off discount with the code word EMPOWERED. Whatever stage of your exercise journey you are on, the DM Fit app is here to take you to that next level. Guys, we have one body to live in for the rest of our life. This is your sign to start treating it the way it deserves to be. Available for download on Apple and Android, go subscribe to the DM Fit app and get your body moving today. Hi guys, so glad to be back with you all today. And today we're going to talk a little bit about how communication is so important. So I know in one of the last episodes, I was going down the road of it's so important to just focus on yourself and worry about yourself. And that's kind of where this is going to tie into, is you're never going to get what you want unless you ask for it. Right? I know I've done this before where I kind of expect people to read my mind. I'm like, well, why didn't you do it? But here's the thing, everyone's different. We don't think the same. So unless you flat out say, this is what I want, this is what I need, you're going to always be disappointed because no one's going to know what it is that you need. So this is by the time you're hearing this is going to be the first Monday of 2021 for December. That means that we need to start thinking about the things that we need to change as we go into the new year to make ourselves better. We want to always be progressing. You want to always be putting, one foot in front of the other and moving forward. You don't want to stay stagnant. So this is something that I hope that everyone kind of utilizes to make next year even better than this year. And don't wait until next year. You might as well start right now. I don't know if you guys are anything like me. I've worked on it myself, but anytime I have to have a critical conversation, I literally start sweating. I am that person who used to just keep things to myself, and then they'd build up, and then you just explode. And that's very self-destructive. You can't really go anywhere with that. And you're going to be destroying relationships left and right. And that really just comes down to a lack of communication. If you just say what you're feeling and what you're thinking, then people have the option to, either give you what you want or tell you no and tell you their reasons why. And then you go from there. When I started my health and wellness business, there are different management levels that you can promote to. And I had promoted to one. And to do that, I had to work really, really hard and really, really consistently. And I was just busting butt, working as hard as I could. And it was my focus. It was what I was putting all of my time and attention into. I didn't have my baby yet. So at the time, it was really just me and my husband. And I remember by the end of it that because I was just focusing solely on that, he was like, hey, can I have some attention? And for me, I almost felt guilty that I, for the first time ever, was putting, all of myself into something else and kind of ignoring him, which you definitely need to have a balance there. That's so important too. And instead of addressing that, I kind of was just like, okay, well, here's all my attention. And I kind of let my own personal stuff slide. And I was still working, but I wasn't giving it my full focus that I knew that I could and that I knew that I should. And I think that's something that we all do, is we struggle with that balance. Well, I decided that I wanted to find a new way of balancing everything for myself. I feel like being a mama and a wife and working and all these things, I get pulled into a lot of different directions. And I'm sure you guys can appreciate feeling that way too. Well, I decided that I wanted to focus on my business again. And I sat down and had a conversation with him. And I said, hey, I want to put my time and energy into this. We need to find a way that works for both of us to still be able to focus on the things that we want to, but still be able to be successful in each of those arenas, whether it's him hunting and hanging out with his friends or whatever, and taking care of the baby. And doing that, one, it was a very easy conversation. I don't know why I didn't just do that quite a while ago. I had such a relief off of my shoulders. And now I just feel way more balanced between all of my things. So my point of telling you that is that if you just address what it is that you need, the chances are that you're going to get what you want. And if you don't, you can pivot and we'll figure it out, because obviously, you don't always get what you want. So there's another thing that's come up to my life recently is with this podcast being my new focus and all the other things that I have, to balance, I decided that I was going to pull back in personal training at my gym and focus more online so that I can be home more and focus on all these things. I have been wanting to talk to the person that I rent my gym from for quite a while. And I literally would sweat when I thought about the conversation, and I would just ignore it. So I didn't do anything. And I talked to them, and they're lowering my rent so that I'm only there less time. And it works out great for everybody. They're able to bring on another trainer, and I'm still there, and I'm able to, figure out all my things. It is so important to just speak up and just say what's on your mind. I think a lot of times we add anxiety and stress to our own plate because we just ignore things and expect them to go away. And if you're not one of those people, well, that's amazing. And I'm really proud of you. And I'm working to be like that. We aren't all strong at everything, right? So I just want you to really think about the things that you want and what are you going to do as we're going into the new year to make them happen. If you are, maybe you have a job that you do like and you want to raise, who doesn't want more money, right? But I feel like I know when I was working in the corporate world and I wanted a raise, I thought that I wasn't going to get it. So I never asked. Why not just ask? If you want a raise, go in there, be prepared, come up with the reasons why you deserve a raise, and just go get it done. That's in just the working world. It goes for everything else. You cannot have a successful relationship of any kind without being able to communicate. It is a basic thing that we all should have mastered by now, but I know that we haven't. You can't have a friendship that's one-sided, or, maybe there's something that they do that makes you uncomfortable, or you just need something from them, ask, and you're going to have a great long friendship with them. You absolutely cannot have a successful relationship with somebody without having that communication there. Because like I mentioned, it's just going to build up, and at some point it's going to explode, and then you're likely just going to have to walk away from each other. So whether it's with your business, if you have a business partner, you need to communicate your needs. It is such a basic life necessity, but for whatever reason, I feel like it's something that we all shy away from doing. I definitely think too, as we come into a more technology-based world, it's very easy to lack communication. I feel like so much people hide behind a keyboard, or they hide behind their cell phone. I don't know the last time, like I definitely have phone conversations, especially in business, but unless I have to have it, I certainly don't want to per se, because it's easier to just shoot a text. But it's also very easy to misconstrue the tone of a text message or a comment on somebody's post or whatnot. I know I'm an emoji person. I don't know about you guys. I actually heard recently that that's like a millennial thing. So I don't know. Maybe I'm getting old, I guess. But I love emojis. It's just how I show my emotion. I love exclamation marks. But I also know that I have several friends who will send me a text and it to me is just dry, and I'm like, are they mad? Are they upset about something? And it's just how they write. So it's so easy to not communicate fully because of the way that things are now. So it's so important to make sure that you're really getting your point across and your view across. And it's also just going to make sure that there's a lot less confrontations and all these other things by just having those conversations and letting people know where your head is at. As we come into the new year, I want to help you guys be as successful as possible. I want you guys to go after whatever it is that you want with starting that business. You know, maybe there's something that you're afraid to do. Just have the conversation with your family or your significant other. If you just have that conversation, I guarantee you can get started because you're all going to find a way to work around it. If you want to quit the job, but you're too afraid to have the conversation, I've done that too, where I literally haven't quit because I'm like, well, I don't want to have the conversation and tell them I'm leaving. Stop worrying about other people's feelings and other people's needs and just go ahead and have the conversation that you need. That is how you are going to be successful. That is what you need to do to get the things that you want in life. Otherwise, it's going to keep passing you by. You're going to keep skipping the things that you need to do to advance. You're going to stay stuck in the same place. And we are made for so much more than just staying comfortable. Sometimes it's so important to find a way to become comfortable with the uncomfortable. That's how you're going to get out of your comfort zone. That is how you're going to find a new way, start a new thing. And that's going to bring so much for you guys. That's how you're going to be successful. That's how you're going to live a full, fulfilling, happy, joy-filled life. So I just wanted to tell you guys, whatever it is that is on your heart that you've been keeping to yourself because you're afraid, in fear, do it anyhow. Have the conversation. Say the things that need to be said. Start the thing. Leave the person. Tell the person you like them, whatever it might be. And I guarantee that you're going to see such a shift and feel such a weight off your shoulders. So let's start just improving ourselves and becoming the better version of ourselves as we go into 2022, because I don't know about you guys, but the last couple of years have been a little rough and pretty crazy. So have the talk, say the words, and I guarantee that you guys are really going to be glad that you did. Thank you so much for tuning in with me today, guys, and I can't wait to see you next week. Thank you guys so much for listening to today's episode. If you want to find out more, you can follow me on Instagram at Empowered with Deanna and my personal page, Fit Deanna Lolita. You can also visit me on my website, which is deannamerlinofit.com. Make sure that whatever platform you guys are listening on, please rate and subscribe. And this means so much to me. It's going to help get me out there to help so many other people. I'm so grateful that you're here with me on this journey of wellness and self-empowerment. I cannot promise that it will always be easy, but I do know that it will always be worth it. Stick with me, and together, let's start living as the version of us that we were meant to be. Because the world is waiting for your gifts, and you deserve to live the life of your wildest dreams and beyond. So friends, let's get empowered.